Hey in there, everybody. It's Wendy, your divorced woman's guide, and welcome to today's podcast episode. I am coming to you live from Portugal. If you could see right here, this is the beautiful beach that I am fortunate enough to be staying literally right in front of. I have been on a European vacation for the last, oh goodness, a little over a week and a half. And it's just been incredibly magical. And so much has opened up for me as I have been here in Europe and just a lot of the transformation work that I have been doing since I have been here. And it is inspiring what today's episode is all about. And that episode is all around the top move that each and every one of you who are on the other side of divorce, and even if you're in the middle of it, this can still apply to you. But what is that one biggest move that you get to make that you actually should be making, but you're not? And it's not something that everybody is talking about. And that is what I want to share with you guys today, because it is something that has really been landing and has been locked into my heart since I got here. I had the absolute pleasure of joining my mentor in France, the south of France, where we did some amazing energy work for about 5 days. And it really inspired what that move is that I am going to share with you guys today. And that big move is aligning with your heart. And what that means ultimately is getting out of your head and to stop listening to your ego. Your ego is that voice that is super loud inside of you. It is that voice that is shouting to you, all the negative beliefs and the negative voices and the opinions and the judgment. It's what's keeping you in resentment. It is what is keeping you in that place of anger, and it is not serving you. And so what I love to help women to understand is that in order for you to get out of your head, to get out of that ego place, what it requires are a couple of different things that are not necessarily natural. Because what I do find to be natural is our ability to just immediately go into that negative place. And so what I want to share with you guys today are what it is that you can be doing to get out of your ego and to step into love, to step into your heart center. How is it that you can get into that next new life that I know that you so badly desire from a place of love and light? And so the first thing that I want to share with you in how it is that you get in touch with your heart is you've got to be able to have some sort of spiritual practice that you are engaging in consistently, okay? Whether that is meditation, whether that's journaling, whether that is for those of you who like to read scripture, or maybe it's for those of you who like to take a walk in nature, whatever it is that gets you connected back into your spirit, it is something that has to be done consistently. The consistency piece is so incredibly important. Transformation is an always on, everyday, 24/7 choice. It is something that you have the power to do anytime, anywhere. And it doesn't mean that there's going to be a point in time where you're going to just automatically think that way. You're not. You're human and you live in this world. But what consistency means is consistently showing up to reconnect with your heart, to reconnect with your soul, and to know what your truth is deep down in your heart. So consistency is number one. Number two is that in order for you to get out of your ego, it means that you're going to have to get uncomfortable. It's going to have to be a little bit uncomfortable. And so what I want to share with you guys is that, I'm not saying to stay in pain. What I'm saying is that it's going to take you being in discomfort, which means you're doing something different. You're doing something new that you've never done before. And so what it is going to require from each and every one of you guys is to have the strength to do things differently, to go against your autopilot and to try something different that isn't necessarily going to feel so great. But what I can tell you guys is anytime I have done anything where I've been like, oh, I feel like I'm stretching here and this is super uncomfortable, there's been so much growth on the other side. And that is exactly what it is that I want to see you guys go through to get back in touch with your heart, your light, and to get out of your head. Okay. Number 3 tip that I want to give you guys is even when you're in resistance, I really empower you to push through the resistance. So do it even if you don't want to. I know that it can be really hard, and I know that it's so much easier to just give into, the ease of getting angry or resentment. And you're just like, oh, why do I have to be the bigger person? I hear that a lot. It's not about you being the bigger person. It's about you being in alignment with your heart. It's about you being in alignment and in integrity with your heart. And integrity is something that I know for a lot of us is crucial in this divorce process. And so to check back in with yourself and make sure that you are within integrity within yourself as you are moving through the motions and moving through this work. So many people will say, well, I'm in therapy, or I read a book, or even you listen to my podcast. But here's the thing, you guys, it's more than just doing these one-off things. This is a 24/7 embodiment that you get to commit to really make true changes, to really impact your life, for you to have the life that you want. And I don't say this to make you uncomfortable or for you to be like, oh my God, I don't have the time for this. This isn't something this isn't something that is a burden or feels like a burden. It's something that feels really good to you. And it's something that over time, when you see the results, you're going to start seeing the power that it has to be able to really propel you into that life that you so badly deserve. So I invite you guys to start challenging that ego on a daily basis and ask yourself, like, is this my voice? Is this a voice that's trying to keep me stuck? Or is this really how I feel? Is this really connecting me back to love and light? Is it really connecting me back with my own integrity? What I know to be true, you guys, because as you know, I've been through this, divorce really activates our ego. It activates those negative inner critics, those negative beliefs, those limiting beliefs. And it takes more for you to really overcome that. It's easier for you to give in. So I invite you to have the courage to really step into that place of having the courage, having the faith, having the trust that you can overcome this by listening to that smaller, quieter inner truth, that connection to your heart center. Because what I know can happen is it will birth you this beautiful new body, this new beautiful new life, this beautiful new way of being. And it's going to just catapult you into the life that I know that you so badly desire. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you are not in my Facebook group, please join it. It's The Divorce Rehab with Wendy. I also have a book on Amazon. It's called Divorce Sucks, Now What? You should definitely buy it. You can get more about my story and hear a little bit more insight into what my journey was like. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, no matter where it is that you are tuning in from. I am saying goodbye from the beautiful beaches of Portugal, sending you all so much love, light, and joy as always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.